out. Shit! He clocked me hard. I mean,
Guys, we are back. Um, we are going to take a peek at Rosie's cleaning stream. However, probably not from the angle that you are expecting it to be taken from. Everybody is talking about the cleaning and the craziness. It is what you would expect it to be. She complains that she is overwhelmed. She forgot to rinse her dishes, even though she does it all the time. She then complains about the fact that she's the only one that does the housework, even though she does give her brother Levi chores, but she is seen as a horrible person. We then get a feeling of existential dread in the process of all of this. We then have to pregame with a snack. Then we immediately eat two frozen sandwiches, even though she claims that the only reason she eats online is because this is a cooking stream and she did not cook at all. So it's performative eating just for the sake of performative eating. We get into cleaning and we feel overwhelmed. We can't do this. It's horrendous. She doesn't understand why it's so hard. Well, if she would clean her kitchen occasionally, for real clean it, deep cleaning wouldn't be so bad. We get a bunch of ass pats in the chat. Dad shows up to cheer a girl on. But the thing that I want to look at is that Rosie's vertical. Here, we'll flip over so you guys can see this. Rosie's vertical. And we all know what that means. It dumps us into the shorts algorithm. So, welcome children. However, she swears that this is an 18 plus chat. She doesn't need to be careful about things because they're so great at it. So, we are going to start the video just so you can get a little taste of what cleaning with Rosee is like. And then we're going to bounce around a little bit to see some things. Teach us to clean, my girl.
damn. Damn, y'all worse than school. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Oh, Jesus Christ, on a fucking bike. I do not want to deal with this. Alright. Alright, so here's the deal. I'm going to start with Mount Dishes. God bless you, Fender Bender. You know what? Thank you so much for that super chat. A toast to productive cleaning stream. Yes. I need that motivation because I don't want to fucking do this. What do you mean you have a horizontal lab that's also vertical? This should just be vertical. My Saturday is going okay. Hello. Hello, girly. Okay. And I don't know where the fuck my glasses ended up.
She lost her face trophy, guys. Okay, so the momentum and the excitement that we have right now, it dwindles quickly. And it just from there. So since you kind of have a feel for what's going on, I would sit and watch all of this up to the first point that I'm going to make. However, Rosie's mods delete chat so fast. I do have some screen grabs to show you guys a little bit later in the video of some of the chat that was going on. However, if I am not able to catch this live in the moment and sit there and just snap, 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 we're not going to get anything. Um, so, because during this point, up until where we're going to head, um, everybody in chat was complaining about trolls. And everybody was like, why is it so bad? Is this because it's vertical? Is this because of how you're doing things? Well, we will find out in just a second why it is the way that it is.
Why are we praying for Timmy? What did Timmy say? Oh, my chat's not on all chat. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh, this is why we're having problems in the chat. I'm a bad YouTuber. So sorry. Carry on, friends. Sorry, mods. Sorry, mods. Okay. Fixed it. That was my friend. That was my fault, friends. Is this only members? No, it's subscribers. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Christine. Yeah, sorry, guys. I was like, what the fuck is up with the vibe of this chat right now? And then I realized, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Sick. How much cleaning do you have to do? Too much. Too much.
Okay, so we have her chat going crazy. All sorts of nonsense happening in there because she did not set up, that it needed to be subscribers. It needed to not, be to where everybody was available to get it. And it normally would not be a problem unless you're in vertical because it dumps so many people into your streams. And as we're going to see in just a little bit,
Chat is 18 plus.
and just because your chat is 18 plus, just because you say it's 18 plus, and just because you escort the minors out of the chat, it does not mean that they cannot stay and continue lurking. I have been timed out more times than I can count by Miss Rosee, on under my old name that I used to do all my Victorian content on, and she would time me out, and I would still sit there, and I would just watch and watch and watch. It does not change the fact saying 18 plus and removing minors does not change it. That is why the vertical lives are such an issue.
I found a couple exciting recipes. I've started. I'm gonna do price comparisons because I'm like planning my next big like grocery shop. Let's see. Yeah, Hattie. I was like, something's wrong, and it's my fault. Actually, I think this is the one my niece made. This tie-dye shirt is the one my niece made.
Guys, she is on normal speed, and this is mind numbing.
Oh gosh, Paige, I bet. But I'm glad you're having a holiday in France. That sounds amazing. I don't know, Timmy.
Okay. Now, if we look over at her chat, somebody is complaining about the trolls and everything that's going on, and it says they are either kids or they are actually lying. So they know that there are kids in this chat. They know that kids are getting dumped in here from shorts because who wouldn't want to sit and watch this train wreck? It's what we all do. We do it for entertainment and fun. But there it is. That like it's there. So I don't know why nobody deleted this because they tend to delete anything that points to any kind of kids being in chat in any way, shape, or form because she knows what that means for her and she does not want her channel getting in trouble eventually because of it. So now we're going to listen to Philosopher Rosee for a minute or two.
I need to check and see if my sister lets my nieces and nephew play Roblox or not.
Okay, so this is our first round of performative eating, even though we are not cooking on the stream, which is why she says that she eats, is because she cooks and she might as well just eat it. That's not the case. We're just shoving our face in front of the camera to make money. I know what that sounds like to me, but I digress. So, just before this, her and chat had been discussing Roblox and all the issues Roblox is having with adults being able to interact with children. And she is so extremely concerned about it that she is ready to call to find out if her nieces and nephews play. However, she does nothing on her side of things to try and slow down the amount of children that have access to her content.
What's with all these serious topics in the comments? Jesus. Oh my god, Chelsea, that's so scary. There is no safe space on the internet for children. It's so sad. But it's just the reality.
If there is no safe space on the internet for children, then we as creators, creators that are considered legal adults, we should be doing our part to protect children from that content, even if that means it's our content. Um, you do horizontal live streams. You make sure that you're not in the shorts algorithm because you don't want people getting drug over to your content. Um, some of it might be, kind of toning down how much boob we get up in the camera and stuff. Um, it might be how we discuss certain things in chat. Um, it just, it's up to you to decide. But if all she has to do is flip to horizontal to help to make it a little bit more of a safer space, if you are that concerned about it, why are you not doing it? I,
Children shouldn't be on the internet with any kind of like ability to communicate with strangers. No way.
okay, well, pretty much everything has the ability to communicate with strangers, whether, you're playing video games because you sit in lobbies and you can talk to other people, even like, little kid games like, um, oh, what's the, I think it's Imposter. Oh, what's the one with the little beans that run around and you pretend to be spacemen, crewmen, whatever? You can communicate with each other there. You can communicate with each other on TikTok. You can communicate with each other in Roblox. You can, I mean, there's so many ways that you can communicate with other people. And on top of it, yes, parents should be paying attention. But I'm going to say it again. Children are sneaky and children find ways around things because children just seem to be more, advanced when it comes to technology than parents are, because we cannot seem to adapt and change fast enough with technology. We also trust these platforms that we let children use to have fail-safes in place to protect them from those things. Um, it just is what it is. Like, they have a kids YouTube, where they're not allowed to see anything but stuff made specifically for kids. However, you will find things on there that are hidden 15 minutes into a cartoon that is definitely not for a child to see. But parents don't realize that because they sign them up for YouTube Kids. It's supposed to be a safe place because it's a trusted platform. Okay, so then who does that leave it up to? Why are we not working with the parents to do our best to put in on our end and do what we can on our end to make it safer for children? If you are that worried about children, why are we not doing that? I mean, that's the thing. I don't dress on here or use language on here that I wouldn't want my children to see. Now, of course, I do have older children, but still, that is the thing. I don't want to put anything out there that I would be appalled if my children saw it.
Yeah. My sister's done a great job with that. Like, my nieces and nephew, they love books. Yep. Especially my niece, she loves to read. I was like that as a kid, too.
Nothing says deep thinking philosopher more than shoving a ham sandwich down your throat. We're going to go to this next part, and I know it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with children, but I'm wanting to use it as an example for something. Now, I am going to give a bit of a warning here. There is a lot of mental health talk in this area, and some stuff that could be upsetting for some people. So, if you need to dip out, feel free. I am not going to be offended by it. But I'm wanting to give an example of the stuff that is being covered in this vertical live stream that we know for a fact children have been in. Oh, I keep forgetting to press play, guys. I'm so sorry. My brain is 100% elsewhere. I had a doctor's appointment today. Got some kind of really bad news. But we are entertaining ourselves and distracting ourselves and drowning our sorrows in girl world. And fighting to keep children safe. So I think this is a very valid use of my time, considering. By the way, set the scene. I'm so sorry. I just left you guys hanging. You have no idea what act we are in. We have cleaned the dishes, partially because there's still a pile behind us. There's still stuff all over the counter. It's not clean. We have also used an electric scrub brush to scrub the counter down and the stovetop down over by where we always cook. Really not a lot of effort. We have also taken 2 snack breaks. We have also taken a couple of breaks for us to sit still and just enjoy our time with chat. But we are so exhausted, it is going to bring about a bit of existential dread. So just so you have the scene.
I don't know why I have to set my house on fire first, Chi-Chi. Jeez. Yeah. I mean, and this is the area that needs to be the cleanest anyway, so. Thank you, Kara. hello, Nigel. We're not cooking today. I just
We're not cooking, but we sure as hell ate.
heavily deep cleaned this side of my kitchen, and I did some of the dishes. Um, yeah, this is a cleaning live. I ate dinner, but it was just something I defrosted from my freezer. Um,
Boom, boom, boom. All the
Alright.
dread.
Look, I'm not gonna be able to do as much as I want. I'm allowed to be pissed off about it, but I need to let it go because it is what it is. Being pissed off actually just drains my energy more, causes me to feel more stress, which makes me feel more body symptoms of. Because, by the way, when I say I have a stress disorder, I'm referring to PTSD because PTSD is a stress disorder, but I digress. So when I feel heightened sense of stress, I feel it like physically. So, but yeah. Yeah. I'm diagnosed with PTSD, MDD, PDD. That's PDD is the one I always forget because MDD and PDD are basically the same thing. They're just different time frames. Persistent depressive disorder and major depressive disorder. Um, but um, ADHD. I'm forgetting something, but
How do you forget your diagnoses? Because I have mental health diagnoses, and I know each and every single one of them. Um, and the thing is, and it's crazy because her and Amber do it a ton, is that they list off everything that's wrong with them, and then they say, "Well, this is why I can't do it. Well, this is why it's such a struggle." Okay, yes, it is a struggle if it is untreated, and you are not actively working to make it better in therapy. Um, I was diagnosed with some different mental health things that should make my life absolutely miserable. However, I did medication. I did intensive therapy that taught me how to self regulate my emotions and how to respond to things properly and how to be able to sit in what I'm feeling, realize that it is not the end of the world, and continue moving. These girls don't put in the effort because if they didn't put in the effort, they wouldn't be victims. But we're not here to talk about that right now. Maybe one day we'll come back and visit the stream so we can just sit and talk about everything else that's going on.
that's not a diagnosis, Fender. Jesus, it's an acronym. It's not a diagnosis. Jesus. Yeah, I honestly need to get my ass to a gynecologist to get my PMDD diagnosed. Because, yeah, it's hell. I'm sorry you experienced.
She has to get it diagnosed because she's already diagnosed herself with it. It's kind of like I believe happens with the autism thing. She was so sure that she was going to be diagnosed with autism that she went through and was vlogging all of it. And she's like, guys, I just have to prepare myself for my diagnosis that I'm getting. And then when she finally did all the testing, the doctor was like, nah. And she was like, well, you're a liar because I just mask so well. She is just piling on excuses.
That I don't talk about that as much on the internet for obvious reasons. Alright. Let's plug my phone in. Ah! And some things are harder for people than others.
Okay, so there is a chat over here, and it says, I hate people who are like, you're faking it. Like, yes, I want to fake thoughts for attention. Like, God forbid I suffer from certain harmful thoughts. Um, this had not been the only thing being, this is not the only time this kind of thing was discussed in her chat. Um, a lot of it has been removed from the chat replay. Um, so what we are going to do right now is I made a slideshow, and there's not a whole lot here because I was only able to be on her live for a very short window of time, and I was taking screenshots every single time that I could. However, there is the very last um, chat log that you're going to see on here. I do not remember who asked for it. I am so sorry that I did not write down who it was. But there was somebody on Twitter, and they said, if anybody does a reaction to this, please put this in there because this is the kind of stuff that is happening in her chat. So, we have somebody saying, my friends, I have 14-year-old friends on TikTok. Somebody saying, hey, how old are you? Obviously, they know there's an issue. This one is talking about, hey, my parents won't let me have any more pets. It's obviously a child. And this last one was the most important one. Go back through and pause it and read it now, so that you can see what that says there, because that one is extremely important, because even her chat is saying, hey, we are having an issue. There is an issue here, guys. We should be making sure that this is 18 plus. We should, be doing all of these things. Now, I wanted to show you guys, um, her chat was having such a hard time. They were struggling so much with that vertical line, that let me get back over here so you can see it. Um, I don't know why it's taking so long to load. My internet is having issues today. But anyways, as you can see, we have flipped to a vertical live stream, um, because everybody was complaining about it yesterday. Um, and everybody just kept saying, wow, what's so different? It's such a different tone in here. It feels so different today. It's so great. It is because we were in horizontal and children were not allowed. Like, if that doesn't show you the difference, I don't know what does. So, but as much as I would love to sit and hang out with all of you fine people all day, my husband is currently waiting on me for us to go run a couple of errands, and I have to be back home before our middle son gets home. So I will see you guys later, hopefully later tonight. Um, and until then, be good and behave yourselves. And if you can't, at least make me proud. And then put it online so we can talk about it.